Hello, and welcome back to Part A POE Teatime, bite-sized learning on busy days. This video is a continuation of the NGS Connect series that we have been publishing. During this video, we will review financials in the Connects portal. So let's dive in and start with initiating a check search. If you have attended any of our Connects webinars or reviewed our Connects on-demand videos, you likely know that everything starts at the Connects homepage. So to initiate a check search, you will select the Financials button from the Connects homepage. In the Select a Provider panel, you will need to select the applicable provider account that you would like to search for a check for. In the Financial Options drop-down menu, you will want to select Checks or Checks EFT or Special Checks. You do have filters that you can utilize to search for a check. So you can search by the check from and check to dates. Please keep in mind that the check from and check to date span cannot exceed a 1-year span. Or you can select to look at the last 10 checks received. You will then click Search. To clear the filters and reset the search, simply click the Reset Search link. Then the following information will be provided to you. You'll be able to see the check EFT number, the issue date, the check EFT amount, the check EFT status, and the check EFT cashed date. To view the remittance associated with the check, click the checkbox to the left of the check EFT number. Then you will click the View Remittance button. Let's now touch on overpayments. The View Outstanding Overpayments selection will provide a list of current outstanding overpayments for the provider account selected. In this section, you have the opportunity to view or print an overpayment demand letter associated with an outstanding overpayment, export a list of current outstanding overpayments into an Excel spreadsheet, and obtain a summary of the total number of current outstanding overpayments for a particular NPI, PTAN combination, along with the total amount due. So after you select Financials from the home page and select the provider that you would like to review or work under, you will want to select Outstanding Overpayments from the Financial Options drop-down menu. The View Overpayments panel will display a list of current outstanding overpayments. Once the overpayment has been satisfied, it will no longer display in the panel. So the following information will be provided for each current outstanding overpayment. You will be able to see the invoice or account receivable or AR number, an invoice AR number that begins with the letters CVD represents an accelerated or advanced payment. You'll be able to see the invoice AR date, invoice AR due date, the original amount, the principal balance, the interest balance, and the total balance. You'll also see the demand letter number. Demand letters created before August 2nd, 2019, plus a limited number of other demand letters after this date are not available for viewing in the portal. If a demand letter is not available, a message will display when you select the demand letter number hyperlink in the list. You can scroll through the claims by using the pagination numbers at the bottom of the panel. You can also search for a specific record by entering search criteria in the search fields. You can click the Export to Excel button to export a list of the current outstanding overpayments to an Excel spreadsheet. The View Outstanding Overpayments panel will also display a summary of the total number of current outstanding overpayments, including the total balance due. So let's now review submitting credit balance reports in the portal. This function allows Part A providers to complete the credit balance reports, including the certification page, directly through NGS Connects with no need to fax anything to complete the process. A separate Medicare credit balance report, CMS 838, must be submitted for each PTAN. If you have a PTAN with 3 different NPIs, you should report any credits for that PTAN regardless of the NPI. So you would select Credit Balance Report from the Financial Options drop-down menu. The Credit Balance Report submission panel will provide a history of previously submitted credit balance reports for the provider account selected. Credit balance reports submitted via NGS Connex prior to February 25th, 2022 will not display in the portal. So the following information will be provided to you. You'll be able to see the report ID, the status, and those are pending. If the credit balance report is not immediately accepted, a message will display. That message is, there was an error submitting your credit balance report. We will continue to try for the next 7 days. Keep in mind that you do not need to take any action. And you also have the status of submitted, and that indicates that the credit balance report was successfully submitted. You will also see the submitted date, who it was created by, the quarter end date, and CMS 838 detail option selected. To initiate a new credit balance report, simply select the Initiate Credit Balance button. The Medicare Credit Balance Report certification page will then display for you. The Credit Balance certification page, you will need to enter all of the following required information in the applicable fields. So we would need to see the first and last name of the authorized signer, the title, and you can select the title of the authorized signer in the title drop-down field. We need to see the contact first and last name, the contact phone number and phone extension, if applicable, the contact person's email address, and the financial contact email address. After you enter all of the required information, you will then select one of the following options from the drop-down menu. So you will either indicate that there are no credit balances to report for this quarter. You would then complete the required fields and click Submit. And then the other option is the credit balance report detail page is attached. When this option is selected, you will be prompted to select the 838 detail method from the drop-down menu, and that is either manual entry or spreadsheet file upload. If manual entry is selected, you will be prompted to complete each of the required fields for each claim you are submitting with your credit balance report. So you would enter these required elements or information. We need to see the Medicare beneficiary's demographic information, the claim information, so all required fields that are highlighted by a red asterisk. You will then need to indicate method of payment, and those options are hard copy, check, submitted, or combination. You will then need to indicate the reason for the Medicare credit balance. So you'll select one of the following from the drop-down menu. One of those is result of duplicate Medicare payment. Another option is primary payment by another insurer. If there is a primary payer to Medicare, you will enter the primary payer information, including the value code, and you'll select the value code from the drop-down menu options only if you have selected primary payment by another insurer in the reason for the Medicare credit balance field. And lastly, other reason. So if this option is selected, you will need to provide a brief explanation by typing the reason in the free form text field. Then you will select the Save button. If you need to make changes after selecting Save, you can click the checkbox for the row that you need to edit and then select Edit or Delete Row button. To add additional rows, select the Add Additional Row button. Once all rows have been added, simply select the Next button. If the spreadsheet file upload option is selected, you will need to upload the CMS 838 credit balance report spreadsheet document. A template you can use is available for download under the Financial Options dropdown, and then you will select the Next button. When you are ready to transmit the credit balance report to National Government Services, simply select the Submit button. After clicking the Submit button, the system will display a message to indicate whether the credit balance report was successfully submitted. The status will change to Submitted under the Credit Balance Report Submission panel. An automated email confirmation will be sent to the registered NGS Connex user's email address, the financial point of contact, and the contact person's email address provided. Accountable Care Organizations, or ACOs, are groups of doctors, hospitals, and other healthcare providers who come together voluntarily to give coordinated, high-quality care to Medicare patients they serve. Coordinated care helps ensure that patients, especially the chronically ill, get the right care at the right time, with the goal of avoiding unnecessary duplication of services and preventing medical errors. When an ACO succeeds in both delivering high-quality care and spending healthcare dollars more wisely, it will share in the savings it achieves for the Medicare program. So again, after you select financials from the home page and you select the provider that you would like to review or work under, select Medicare Accountable Care Organization, or ACO, from the Financial Options drop-down menu. You will then select the applicable demonstration code from the Demo Code drop-down menu and select the Search button. If the Part A provider selected is part of a Medicare ACO, then information will display. If the provider selected is not part of the ACO, the following message will display: no ACO information found for the provider selected. So if the provider is part of a Medicare ACO, here is the information that you will see. So you will be able to see the record identifier, model participant identifier, and this field will be blank, the provider tax identification number, national provider identifier, the provider CCN, this field will be blank as well, the record type label, the effective start date, and just keep in mind the system will default to display a descending sort on the effective start date field. You'll also see the effective end date, Part A percentage rate, the create date, record status, the last update date, the status, type, maintenance operator, the maintenance date, cap, and provider reduction. The Internal Revenue Service 1099 form is a collection of tax forms documenting different types of payments made by an individual or business that typically is not your employer. The 1099 portal forms are a courtesy copy and are not replacing the hard copy mailed forms your organization will continue to receive. The 1099s are issued per tax identification number. Depending on how a provider organization is structured, the provider organization may have multiple provider accounts, so NPI, PTAN combinations, who all use the same tax identification number. If so, regardless of the provider account selected, the 1099 provided will be the same. A provider organization may also have multiple provider accounts with a unique tax identification number for each account. If so, a separate 1099 will be available for each tax identification number. Any individuals who are registered in Connex as a local security officer for a provider organization may view 1099s issued for 2022 and forward in Connex. Please just keep in mind 1099s issued for years prior to 2022 are not available in Connex. After you select financials from the homepage and select the provider that you would like to review or work under, to view 1099s, you will select 1099 from the Financial Options drop-down menu. If you are not the LSO for the provider account selected, you will see the following message. The 1099s available in NGS Connex may only be viewed by the local security officer for the provider account selected. A list of LSOs for the provider account selected are displayed below. So you'll be able to see who the LSO is if you are not an LSO. If you are the LSO for the provider organization selected, the 1099s panel will display the following information. So you'll be able to see the year, the type of 1099, either interest or miscellaneous, the recipient's tax identification number, and the file name. To view, save, or print the 1099, simply click the hyperlink under the file name column. All right, so I just want to take a moment and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to view this video. We are adding additional content to our playlist, so please make sure you visit our YouTube channel often. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.